Hey family and friends. So today was our second full day of classes. Yep. And it's Wednesday. And we still just have Spanish in the morning. So I again headed over with one of my neighbors, Taylor, and we hopped in a colectivo, which is like a taxi with a bunch of people that has like a direct a set route, but it goes a lot faster than the buses. And there are different ones. Like there isn't a bus that would take me from my house to the SIT house, but there's a colectivo that does. So we hopped on a colectivo and headed over. The first Spanish class, so we have two professors. There are like two sections. It goes from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. with like a 15-20 minute break in between. And my first professor's name is Carlos, just like my brother, and he is hilarious. They're both Carloses are really funny, but this guy is just like cracking jokes like no other. He's so funny. He told us yesterday that he was like, "Yeah, I have 3 other jobs, blah blah blah," and then he was like, "I'm a professor at a university, and I work in the circus," and then no one really did anything. So he's like, "Do you know what a circus?" He was saying this all in Spanish, obviously. And he said, "Do you know what a circus is?" And so then I realized that, yes, I did know what circo meant. And he's just very funny. So we had that this morning. One sec. Just learned again some Chilenismos, some vocab. He actually taught us a lot about Chile. So like the poverty rate is about 15%. The unemployment rate is about 7.3. The minimum wage was just raised 2 years ago, increased 2 years ago, and it's now 193,000 pesos. So it's about $400. We had already known this, but it was written on here, and I'm not sure I've said anything. The Independence Day, so like the day of Patria, of like Independence Day, is September 18th. So I guess September 18th is a Tuesday, so like the 17th, 18th, and 19th we have all off, which is really exciting. That should be fun. Apparently there are parties the whole time, and just like you hang out in the streets and hear music and get to meet people, so that should be really good. He taught us a lot of stuff just about like divorce was only allowed by law starting in 2004, but Chile, and there are lots of issues with women's rights. Abortions are illegal. Women only got the right to vote pretty recently, similar to Bolivia. But Chile was the first South American country to have a female president, Michelle Bachelet. And so it's just sort of this juxtaposition that I don't know, it's very interesting. But then he got really excited talking about music and graffiti, and he was talking about and showing us videos of this one graffiti artist. His name is Inti, I-N-T-I, and he is very, very cool. I mean, paints like just huge things, and he got into graffiti as a kid, just like marking on walls. And then realized that he was really a really great artist and could get paid money for it. So now he gets paid by the government to paint the city. But he still just does like random markings and things, so it's crazy. But he was talking about this guy, Inti, and he said, he said, "Es uno de los chillest cats in todo el mundo." So like, he's one of the chillest cats in the world, but he just said chillest cats in English. It was really, really funny. So he's just a really fun guy. Then we had a class with our second professor, who's a woman. Her name's Vanya, and we actually had it with another Spanish class. So our group of 25, 26 is split into 4 groups for Spanish, but we had this with one of the other groups, and we watched a movie called, it's in here somewhere, called so like Valparaiso, but it's ve, which means like see, look at, al, which is like to the Paraíso, just paradise. So Valparaiso is the name of the city, but separated out, it's like, look at this paradise. Look at the paradise. And it was this animated sort of introduction to Valparaiso, and I mean, I'd have to sort of walk you through the video, but like the connection with nostalgia and the connection with the history and the music and the art and the colors of the city are really great. So it's on YouTube. Maybe I'll post a link with this, and maybe I'll post one to Inti too, because that was amazing. Learn some more vocab. So then we headed out of the class. Like, class was over. Professor said, "Okay, go head out." And today we were supposed to go on a boat ride, sort of along the coast to, I guess, see the city from the ocean, and sort of do like a seminar kind of thing. But there was not a tornado, an earthquake, terremoto, in Costa Rica last night, or early this morning. So there was a warning that there might be a tsunami here in Valparaiso and Vina, but it's been cleared. That's not going to happen. They just didn't know, so they send out warnings just to make sure that no one is, like, to make sure people are being aware and cautious. But not gonna happen. So everyone's safe here. We're all good. But because of that, they said, go ahead and eat your lunches really quickly and head right home and stay in your houses. So a couple of us were like, okay, well, let's hang out. But I wanted to head home, and I've just been chilling in bed and watching movies in Spanish. Claudia would be proud. So Claudia, my friend at school. So yeah, it's been a really chill day. It's really cold and gray out. It's like cloudy. It's a very, I don't know, it's a very cloudy, wintry day. But I've been keeping in touch with my brother, my Chilean brother, and we're going to head out later to and just sort of like see some bars. He wants to introduce me to some new bars. So we'll see. He's kind of crazy and sociable, and I get tired really easily. So we'll see how long this lasts. But hopefully get to go out with people later. So that'll be really fun. There were definitely some other things that I wanted to say, and I can't remember what they are right now. So I will get back to you on those. Oh, I do remember. Okay, last night my little brother and I, Alfonso, had this like very deep talk, and I don't even know how it started, but we were hanging out in my room, and my computer makes this weird clicking noise, which you might be hearing as I'm recording the videos, but he was investigating that, and then he saw my gummy vitamins and was like downing them like candy, and I had to take them away from him. He's not that little, he's 16, almost 17. I had to take them away from him because I was like, people overdose on vitamins. It can be really, really bad to have too much vitamins. So I took them away, but I might just give them up because I don't really take them, and he loves them, which is ridiculous. So we started somehow talking about, he doesn't like school. So, okay, well, what do you want to do instead of school? He wants to revamp the like middle high school education system to be more like our university system. So, like, I'm majoring in social justice, which is BS and is not going to get me a job in a couple of years, but that's something that interests him, and that's what he wants to be studying. He doesn't want to be studying like math and like ancient history. There we go, ancient history. He wants to be studying current history so that he can relate the current history, more current history of his country to the social problems of his country, connect them, do something about it. What he wants to do about it as of now is very similar to what my older biological brother Andrew, the phase that he sort of went through, which was about like anarchy and or slash maybe still is. Love that kid. Like anarchy is the best system, and there are people in the world who don't contribute to society, so they don't deserve to live. And if we we need to get rid of this consumerism that's taking over our country, which here consumerism really is a very big thing. Downtown Vina is just full of malls. Like downtown Valpo has lots and lots of malls, and it's not just like, I don't know. I think more in um, and perhaps it was just the parts that we went to, but more in Italy and Peru were restaurants. It wasn't necessarily like, these are malls. These are shopping malls, and it's just very interesting because that's not what I like. I didn't think, oh yeah, I want to go to Chile because they have great malls, or I want to go to Chile and I know that they have great malls, so I don't need to bring a whole lot of stuff for it. It wasn't anything like that. So it's just different than I expected, which it's bound to be. So we were talking about that, and he was just going on and on and on and really confusing me. And I was thinking all these things in English that I could say, and I could more or less, probably 70% understand what he was saying, understand 70% of what he was saying, but it got very hard, and then it got very late at night, so I just gave up. But then my older brother got home, and we were just talking about like Chilenismos, and he drew me some maps. Sorry, he drew me some maps of the city. What a sweetheart. There we go. So, because the map that is given out at like the tourist center, information center of Vina, the city where I live, not the bigger city, Valpo, the map of Vina is horrible. So he just drew me one. And I don't know, we were just we talked till ridiculous hours, and then this morning it was really hard to wake up. But it was really fun, and I'm really working on practicing my Spanish. Like, he really lets me fumble through my words. Claudia, my mom, sometimes gets a little more frustrated and just like finishes my sentences because she knows what I'm going to say, which is good because I get to hear how it's said correctly, but I wish I could try to say it correctly just because I'm trying to still figure it out in my head. But I'm working on it. Spanish classes are going really well, so that's good. ¿Qué más? I don't know. I think I covered it all. So, there you go. That's my summary. I really like these little videos. They're very quick and easy and, I don't know, fun. So, I hope you guys are having fun with them. If there are any, this sounds weird, but like, if you have any specific questions, let me know and I'll answer them. I think I've answered everything that my mom and dad have asked me. So, okay. Talk to you guys again soon. Bye.